Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Heal Lift Rise. My name is Carla. Thank you all so very much for joining me here. Truly appreciate every single one of you, all of your love, support, and kindness to the channel. Today, I am sharing a special channeling I did with Doug Hopkins, who was a lead guitarist in the band Ginblossoms. And for those of you that are fairly new to my channel, I channel and I really do enjoy it, and it's kind of been something new ever since it kind of came into my world, came into my life. I kind of was guided towards it last year when I channeled Kurt Cobain. So opened up my world to a lot of different things, a whole different experience. So I was interested in channeling Doug Hopkins. This kind of came about because I had come across and read an article, something about Ginblossoms, and had found out that their lead guitarist, was kicked out of the band, I guess for like heavy drinking or something of the sort. And then he had taken his life. A lot of things just seemed a little strange to me, especially since, we always hear the same narrative of these artists taking their lives. It's just been like a common theme. So I was very interested to kind of like hear from Doug of what he wanted to say or had to say about the situation that occurred, and if this was really true, if he really did take his own life, which in and of itself anyways, so sad, such a tragedy. And I know that this was something that I felt called to really go into. I genuinely feel like Doug Hopkins doesn't get the credit I feel he deserves for his work, his amazing work. And if it weren't for his music that he had written, I don't believe the Ginblossoms would be as successful as they are, because they're a few of their greatest songs, their greatest hits that hit the billboards and remained on the billboards and topped the charts back in the 90s was a few of the songs he wrote. He had written Hey Jealousy, which I think was one of their first songs that became a hit, and Found Out About You. Two of songs which definitely did reach the charts, and I do believe there are other songs that he had written that I just did not list or mentioned, but there's several other songs he had written. So he was born April 11th, 1961 in Seattle, Washington, and he died December 5th, 1993 in Tempe, Arizona. Am I saying it right? Tempe? Maybe it's Tempe, Arizona. And he was kicked out of the Ginblossoms in 1992. Like I said, supposedly for, excessive drinking, not being able to finish performances and, studio rehearsals, not showing up to studio rehearsals, or, kind of not getting through the studio rehearsals. This is all, of course, hearsay from band members, but I really, like I said, I felt called to really just kind of dig into this and connect with Doug Hopkins. It's been such a long time since he passed away. I felt like so much time has passed that this is surely something that he could clear up a lot in a channeling, and provide some answers, provide some feedback for those of us wondering what really did happen. And as you know, there are so many mysteries to a lot of these deaths of artists in the music industry. And this was one of them that just kind of was very strange to me, and it's not talked about. I feel like, you know, it's just a narrative that has been accepted, and whether or not that is the truth, I genuinely had other intuitive feelings about this particular incident. So I definitely wanted to channel him, and the reason I felt it necessary to channel Doug Hopkins was because I felt like I was giving him a mic. I was allowing him to speak, just as I do in my channelings. I allow them to speak and allow them to say what they feel like saying, what they want to say to the world, what they want to say to, you know, loved ones, bandmates, whomever, whatever they feel like saying. I feel like I'm kind of giving them that mic and giving them that space, and I am just kind of a messenger, a vessel, a messenger for that information to just be passed through. And I share it with everybody, share it with you, share it with the world. So I feel it's important. And like I said, I feel like Doug Hopkins doesn't get enough credit for, you know, the contribution he made to Ginblossoms, you know, the band. And he was the founder of Ginblossoms. I believe he was the one who started the band, who like actually came up with the name. And there were other people, other band members that came in later. I think Robin Wilson was one that came in later when they, you know, were trying to find a singer. I don't know if there were like conflict, I don't want to say conflict of interest, but it's like this like conflicting ideas, conflicting beliefs of how things should be or go. I think there might have been some kind of like headbutting, so to speak, maybe between Robin Wilson and Doug Hopkins. Don't quote me on that, but that's just a feeling that I get. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this channeling, and love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments below. And yeah, enjoy. Thank you so much.
I didn't plan to die. I didn't prepare to die. I was not prepared to die and leave the world. They planned it for me. They planned it for me. I was removed from the band, removed from the world. Contortionist? As a contortionist, I was causing ruckus, madness, speaking up, speaking out against what I didn't like for the band, the deals. There's a lot of things that I was against or I didn't agree with. Yeah, a lot of things I didn't agree with. Because I didn't agree, because I didn't comply. I didn't get to really have my say. It all got taken away. Got kicked out, kicked to the curb. When I did say something, when I did confront band members, it was kind of unjustly, but I was angered, a little outraged by the way they were doing things without me being a part of that anymore. I was very hurt by everything, very hurt by how it all kind of transpired and how it happened. It's very unsettling for me. I don't wish to really talk about all this. There has been forgiveness for all of them, everybody that was a part, intricate part of what happened, what went down. There's been forgiveness in the events that took place. No, I did not take my life. I did not choose that. I did not choose to end my life. That is not true. A false story that got kind of rocketed out into the world, to the media, news outlets, but it wasn't true. I did not wish to leave this world. Kind of sensitive topic to talk about. Tread lightly, tread lightly. So much I wish to say, but won't say and won't speak of. Just know there was no place for me to go. They wanted me out, so they took me out. They figured it out. If you can't keep someone quiet, keep their mouth shut. They're going to shut you up. And with that, they take you out. There's a never-ending game at play. It's like a war on freedom and rights and a lot of greediness, stinginess, and wanting to rule and be in charge, and everybody's got to have a say-so and got to have their money, got to have what they want, and it's become about greed. It's become about the fame and the fortune and the things that don't actually matter, things that are so illusory and actually don't contribute to your whole sense of self, happiness. People want it, people are after it, and people will delve into any means and go far, by any means to get what they want, to get a taste of that fame, that fortune, and that it's like a holy grail to them. They want what they want, and they will go after it and figure out how to get it. It's corrupt, though. It's corrupt. This stuff will corrupt you. This stuff will really alter your mind and alter your perception in an ill way. It's not clean. It's not a clean way to kind of move in life, and it's not a good way to be a model for kids and for the next generation, and it's not an authentic way of being. It's a performance, it's a stage, it's a mask. It's not truth, and it's not pleasant, it's not happiness. It's not the ultimate true happiness. I was after that. I wanted to obtain that and achieve success for myself, for the band, and wanted us to gain the recognition I felt we deserved. Felt like we all deserved, I deserved, as an artist, as a band member, as a lyricist. I put in a lot for the band, and I wanted that fame, wanted that fortune. I think we all wanted it, you know. And how far are we willing to go for it? Some of us, a little too far to take someone out just to get what you want, to get the spotlight. The music industry is very, very corrupt. There's a lot of snakes, a lot of hidden agendas, a lot of dealings under the table, a lot of whispers behind backs, behind closed doors, a lot of things going undisclosed that you don't know about, a lot of not reading the fine print, missing the fine print contracts. You're basically owned from the start. You could be signing your life away. Essentially, that's what most artists do. They've come to find out how controlled they are and how they're basically owned by this bigger, evil entity that decides, for them, makes the big decisions and everything of their whole career and life for them. It's kind of an ugly side of the world. It's not one that I'm happy with. It's not one I think many are, happy with at this time. More and more information about, the industry and the dealings and all these hidden agendas stuff will come out. It will be highlighted more and more to the point where the more exposed they are, people aren't going to want to be a part of that. People want freedom. And they'll get it. Because they're not going to go down that road. The road that leads to sorrow, loneliness, unhappiness, depression. People don't want to sign up for that. They're going to take the reins, take back control of their life, and realize there's other ways, other avenues to go down with music and freedom of expression with their music in a pure, ethical, intention manner. There's other outlets for that. The young people, the younger generations are going to discover this. They already are. They're already discovering it as we speak. I wish I would have known that back then, to know that I could just do it on my own and not care so much about the fame, the fortune, and all of these other big things that ultimately is like the destruction, the demise of everything. And yes, we all kind of had a drinking issue. Drinking seemed to be a fun outlet, way to kind of just let ourselves loose and forget about things, forget about worries, forget about the anxieties and stress. Yeah, we all did. It was fun. We had some fun times. Drinking wasn't that serious for me. Did I have a problem? I wouldn't say it was as big of a problem as anybody else's. There were times when I let myself go a little too far, yes. But I wouldn't say I was an alcoholic and completely wasted or shit-faced all the time. I wasn't. So that's a bit of a misconception. I didn't find myself to be any more of a drunk or a drinker than anybody else in the band. It was kind of just like that same playing field, the same as everyone else. I don't really get how they could have just went on without me. Kind of not seeming like it wasn't a big deal. They knew what happened to me. They know what actually happened. They found out later on. The truth that they hide, the truth that they bury in their soul, that nobody knows, they don't talk about to anybody, but they know. That's why they carry regret, because they know the truth of why, how I died. They won't speak about it. You won't hear them talk about it. Yeah, I'm at peace. I'm at peace with a lot of the past. I'm at peace. I have nothing but love for them. Nothing but love in my soul. Such a bittersweet ending. Much obliged. Much obliged for your time. Thank you.